Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. So this topic, if you're not comfortable talking about it, then don't watch the video from here on out. But you know, feel free to go through the rest of my content, like, subscribe, comment below, and share this video if you feel the same way. First of all, this video is all my personal view. It's how I feel about this situation and this, and it's not to be taken as the law and as, you know, facts, but it's my opinion. So alright guys, so I'm gonna quickly have a conversation because I feel like this is something I've not really been seeing on YouTube, like trending, which is weird because it's Black History Month, but I actually didn't realize that different, I don't want to say cultures, but I'm in school in the UK, and Black History Month, like for the dark skinned people that are in my area, was in like November, October, and it really threw me because I was like, wait, am I like a bad person for not doing this Black History Month? Because obviously I've grown up with a Americanized type society thing, and our Black History Month is February, but well, not ours, but I've known to bring it up around February. So I basically want to talk about a few points. One being that yes, it is February, which is Black History Month, but I don't, anyway, I feel like it shouldn't be down to just a month. I feel like it should be throughout the year, just something that it's in the back of people's minds that they're thinking about, but I don't think it should be just a month to highlight stuff, because I feel like it's one of those things that they kind of treat like Thanksgiving or something. It's like, oh, let's celebrate, you know, this one occasion when you know, we're trying to make something good out of it, out of something horrible that we did. But either way, it's just one of those things where, like I said, I feel like it should be throughout the year. Obviously for Black people it is throughout the year. I feel like a lot of people want to understand the struggle and the hard times that happen and to be sympathetic. However, I feel like they don't, and they kind of put highlight to it for a month and then just kind of throw it under the bus because the same things are still given on. When they abolished slavery and then segregation started, should have been kind of the highlight right there, that it hasn't gone away. And I don't know if it's necessarily because society doesn't want to accept us as dark-skinned people, or if it's because, you know, from history we're so set in our ways that we have to undermine something. I feel like as humans we have to undermine something and glorify something. So I guess glorifying something would be religion, like, you know, we all have our beliefs of what we believe in, our higher power. And then undermining is we always have to feel bigger by undermining somebody. Is my opinion, and it's what I've observed as I've grown up. The reason I feel like, you know, I said I don't think it should just be subject to a month is because it's like, it's still going on in everyday society, every day, 365 days a week. Some people are more affected than others. I can't say that I've been, you know, overly affected by racism or segregation or anything like that, because, you know, I grew up a privileged life. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I am a privileged child and I do appreciate it. But I haven't shared some struggles that some other people have shared. I haven't been overly exposed to racism. So, you know, I go through the basic struggle that every Black woman, every dark-skinned person goes through, which is, you know, being a minority, you know, having to work way harder than everybody else to achieve certain stuff. And I feel like we not only need to support each other, and I'm saying this for 2018, I want us to try and achieve this, because I know that I suffer from the same thing. You know, I'm not as supportive for my dark-skinned women as I feel like I should be, and it comes from a lot of things. Like, you know, sometimes it stems from a man, sometimes it just stems from a situation that happened, and, you know, you have your friend's back or something, like, you know. And honestly, some people's personalities I just don't like. Like, it don't matter what your skin color is, sometimes I just don't like you. But anyway, coming back on track, you know, I just want us to have a goal for 2018 to try and not use skin color so much, because I feel like I don't want to be labeled as what I look like. I want to be labeled for what I am. I know that I am a dark-skinned woman. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am also powerful. Like, everything. I am a queen. I know that. But I don't want, like, my identifier to be like, oh, she's the dark-skinned girl that did. Like, why can't I just be a girl? And I mean the same thing for people who achieve awards. Like, you know, and if any, you know, frisky white people are watching this and they feel offended by what I say, I apologize. You know, when I refer to certain stuff about white people, I don't mean specifically everybody. I know each person is different, but I'm talking about the people who this pertains to. So I feel like when it comes to award shows or any sort of award, any sort of achievement in science and, you know, the performing arts industry, everybody who is white is just like, oh, she's the first woman to da-da-da-da-da. He's the first man to da-da-da-da-da. If a black person achieves something, it's like, oh, she's the first black woman to da-da-da-da. He's the first black man to da-da-da. Like, you know, why can't we just be people? Like, white people don't get labeled as, oh, she's the first Caucasian or white person to da-da-da-da. It's, she's the first woman too. So why can't, as black people, we be like, you know, you're the first person to da-da-da-da. Like, you know, or a second person, or maybe because we're dark skinned, you know, we don't become the first woman to do it. We're the first dark skinned woman. That's our identifier. Instead of just saying, you know, I'm the first. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, I don't quite know how to explain it. And I know a lot of people, you know, this is a very controversial topic and a lot of people aren't going to agree with what I say it, which is perfectly fine. You know, comment your feelings below, but this is just how I feel. This is how I've seen certain stuff, and I just want us for 2018 to try and not identify somebody by their skin color. Why can't they just be a beautiful woman or a beautiful man or something like that? And obviously it's not more, it's not necessarily down to an individual, but individuals can make change. I know it's something to do with society. I know it's an image thing. I understand that. And I'm trying to say that I don't want to be identified by my skin color, because I am extremely proud to be a dark-skinned woman. But I don't want everybody else to label me as that, because obviously you look at me, you see my skin color. I don't need to be labeled as that because you see what I look like. Like, you know, you don't have to tell me who I am. I know who I am. And you know, it's just something that I feel like it's just a really strange thing. And I feel like from the opposite side of it, like I was saying, white people try to understand the struggle and try to be supportive, and for those people who try to do it, I feel like it makes it worse, because if you're trying and it doesn't just come naturally, then that's a problem within itself. Like, you know, just be aware that we are people and we went through a struggle that were caused by people that look like you and your ancestors, and know you're not necessarily the same, and people either went with or supported segregation and slavery for their own personal reasons. But, you know, just be aware that it happened. Like, don't try and brush it under the carpet. And a lot of people I heard say that it's black people's mentality that keeps it going or something like that, and that's just total crap. Like, it's just total and utter crap. It really is. And I feel like as a white person, if for some reason you have a conversation that comes up and you're talking and somebody's like talking about being racist or something, and you have to justify you not being racist by saying, oh no, I'm not racist, you know, I have black friends, or I have a black friend, or da-da-da, then, you know, don't do that, because nobody wants to be your token black friend just to prove that you're not racist, or to prove that, you know, you're woke and all that type of stuff. Like, you know, and I feel like I really don't like the fact that society, and we know this is something that's been proven, it's been in the media, that society is now taking the image of a black woman and portraying it as something else. You know, everybody wants a curvy shape, everybody wants bigger lips, everybody wants to have darker skin, because in all honesty, I don't understand what it is, but I do see it more and more. Like, everybody wants to fake tan and be darker because they don't like the pale skin, and it's like, it's a trend. Like, you know, you see people like the Kardashians and stuff wearing braids, and it's like, my nana does my hair like that when I was younger just to go to school or just to wash it or something. Like, it's not a signature thing that they came up with, and obviously we are all aware of this now, but it has been brought to light. But I just want society to stop doing that and give us credit for what we have, because we are trendsetters. We always will be, because a lot of people take from our culture and try and it's a word I'm trying to use, trying to don us demean us for the stuff that we do. Like, we're portrayed as angry and aggressive, and like, you know, you can't say certain stuff to us, and we're really sassy, and like, I get that, but that's not my identifier, and I have to kind of step back, because being out here in England, obviously, it's not a lot of dark-skinned people in certain areas, especially my area, and a lot of people automatically think that of me, so I try to prove them wrong. Like, I've been through so much situations in the last couple of months that I want to turn up, like, I want to punch somebody in the face, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna maintain my cool, I'm gonna be as patient as possible, I'm gonna deal with it as best as I can without totally going off, because I don't want to be portrayed as some crazy, sassy person that's, being aggressive, and like, you know, that's not me, but if I'm pushed to that, then it will be me, because I feel like as people, I'm going to react to the situation that you put me in. So just because I'm dark skinned doesn't mean that I'm going to react crazy. So yeah, all of this to say basically that I think we for 2018 should try and put light to the fact that, you know, we're just people like everybody else, we're regular people. I don't feel like it should be any different. I want to society, you know, and as an individual, I'm gonna try and support my fellow black people way more than I do now, my fellow dark-skinned people, my fellow Bermudians, like, you know, things like that, and just love each other for who we are. Like, I'm just tired of all of it. It's crazy, and society needs to stop portraying downsides as being bad, and then taking our good stuff and trying to make it something that's their own. Like, you know, it's just a constant thing, and obviously it's not going to change from one person, and it's not going to change from two people. It's going to have to be like a collective thing, and it's a really tricky situation. But throughout my channel, as I make videos for the rest of the year, from time to time I'm going to highlight some dark-skinned people, some black people in my life that I feel like, or in society in general, like in the world, not just my life, that inspire me and that I want to bring highlight to, because I don't want to label it just February, Black History Month, or whenever you celebrate or highlight Black History Month. Like, you know, whatever month is your month, I feel like it should now expand to a year. Like I was saying before, I'm not saying that this, you know, is to all white people, all black people, but I feel like we need to come together as one, as people, because I mean, if I'm gonna start pulling science and stuff, there is nothing different about us besides the fact that some are more related than others that makes us a subspecies or anything. We are all humans, we are all one. Other than the fact that we're related, there's nothing different about us. We all have the same concepts, you know, the same principles, it all applies. So there's nothing different about us that makes us different people. We're all human. And also to highlight the fact that it's not just dark-skinned people, black people that are affected by racism. Like, you have Latinas, you have Latinas, Latin American people that are affected by it, you have some Asian people that are affected by it, Muslim people that are affected by it. It's a lot of groups, a lot of, I don't want to say groups because it's labeling again, it's a lot of other people in the world that are going through the same situation that we are going through that aren't as highlighted, I guess, because, you know, slavery was a really big thing, and you know, it deserves to be highlighted. But there are other people that are going through the same situation that we are going through, and honestly, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because it's gonna get really deep. But so this video was long. Guys, remember to comment below, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and share this video if you feel like it's informative and you want other people to know. Spread the message, share this video, and just get the ball rolling, like, you know, and hit the notification bell to go through my channel and have a look, and hopefully we'll have more videos like this. So I will see you guys later, and you have a good one. Peace, love, and her grease.